The Queen Engine. Emily is one of the nicest and most kindest Emerald Engine on the island of Sodor. When she first came to Sodor, she had helped Thomas and Percy with the mail train and with the flying kipper because of Henry's sickness. And after that, Sir Topham Hatter gave her her own coaches. She also likes telling everyone what to do, but the engines think that Emily is being bossy. But to them, they didn't, because they know that she always likes to help everyone. One spring morning, Emily dropped some very important visitors off at the ruined castle. Once upon a time, Queen and King had lived there. I would like to be queen, she said to herself, and then I could tell everyone what to do. Nearby, Percy and Toby arrived to shut some freight cars. Percy looked at the castle and was surprised. Ooh, he said, look at the castle. I wonder who used to live there. A king and queen, said Toby. Back then, they used to rule the island and tell everyone what to do. And he shoved to start shunting. Percy was starting dreaming about being a king and queen. Percy, said Toby, come on, we got work to do. Waiting for passengers is boring, Emily said to herself. Then she could see that Toby and Percy were working nearby. When I'm done with my tour, she said, I could go and visit Percy and Toby. And so the visitors boarded the train and Emily set off. It will be fun to visit them. Percy and Toby were waiting to couple up onto the trucks when Emily jumped in. She was very excited to tell Percy. Percy, said Emily, I have an idea. Let's play a game. You will be the king. Percy thought Emily's idea was going to be fun, but Toby think Emily's idea was silly. You have to be clever to be a queen, he said wisely, and know the right thing to do. I always know what to do, Emily said. Toby laughed. That made Emily cross. I'll show Toby that Queen Emily could know better, she said crossly. Toby was coupling onto his freight cars. Percy thinks that Toby's trucks will be troublesome. Don't worry, said Toby. I'll be back soon. If you can manage about the trucks, or if you cannot, wait for me and I'll help you and tell you what to do. And he steamed away. A few minutes later, Percy tried with his trucks, but the troublesome trucks began being troublesome. Hold back, hold back. Why can't you trucks be less troublesome? Emily had been watching the whole thing. If I want to be the Queen Engine, she said, I must tell Percy what to do, because I know best. Percy, she said wistfully, I am the queen today, and I'm going to be telling you what to do. Percy was worried. He usually thinks that Toby knows best. Take these troublesome trucks along that track that Toby just poked on, and then they will be less troublesome, and Toby will know that you know best. Percy was pleased, and so he tried again. And so the troublesome trucks were being troublesome, but then it happened. Percy's trucks were not troublesome anymore. Emily was very happy. I am the queen engine, she said happily. But then there was trouble. When the dust cleared, Emily was there at the scene of the accident, right by the castle. The trucks had ran into Stanley while he was puffing on the tracks, and a load of coal had spilled all over the tracks, and one of the trucks had hit the telephone pole. Percy, cried Stanley, you're not supposed to be on this track. Emily was shocked. And then there was more trouble. There was another race. It was Toby. His wheel struck the telephone pole and he was derailed. Emily knew this was her fault. The telephone pole was struck so no one could call for help. Stanley's paint was covered in coal dust. And Percy was fine, but he was derailed also. I'm sorry, she said. I don't know how to be a queen. I don't even know best. And also, I'm not a really queen engine. You were right, Toby. Queens need to be clever. But I'm not as clever as I think. Toby smiled. You are the clever and nicest engine, Emily. But the one thing you need to do is you gotta get help. I'll steam to the station so they can call for help. And Emily set off. Soon help had arrived. Stanley was taken away to the works, and the workmen arrived to fix the telephone pole. And Percy and Toby was able to work again. But Toby had to fix his cow catchers because his cow catcher was broken and needed to be repaired. And Percy was able to take his train again. Just then Sir Topple had arrived. He was very cross. Emily, he boomed, you have caused confusion and delay. Luckily, Toby knew what to do. I'm sorry, Emily said. Knowing the right thing to do isn't as easy as I thought, but in future, I'll leave that to a queen, or a king, or to Toby. And the three angels laughed and laughed.
Toby has a busy day today. He has to pick up some workmen. Then he must take them to their job in the forest. The workmen are waiting at the station. Which track should Toby take to get there? The track that goes under the bridge or the track that goes over the bridge? Are you sure, Toby? I don't think that track will get you to the station. That's right. Toby goes over the bridge to get to the station. Toby has collected the workmen. Now he must take them to the forest. Which track should Toby take to get there? The track that goes over the bridge or the track that goes under the bridge? That's right, Toby. You go under the bridge to get to the forest. Toby has collected the workmen and taken them to the forest. Toby's a really useful engine.
4, they're 6, they're 8, shunting trucks and hauling freight. Red and green and brown and blue, they're the really useful crew. All with different roles to play, around tin sheds or far away. Down the hills and round the bends, Thomas and his friends. Thomas, he's the cheeky one. James is lame and lots of fun. Percy pulls the mail in hand. Gordon thunders down the land. Emily really knows her stuff. Henry toots and huffs and puffs. Edward wants to help and share. And Toby, he is wise and square. They're 2, they're 4, they're 6, they're 8, shunting trucks and hauling freight. Red and green and brown and blue, they're the really useful crew. All with different roles to play, around tin sheds or far away. Down the hills and round the bends, Thomas and his friends. Tommy sees the cheeky one. James is vain but lots of fun. Percy pulls the mail in hand. Gordon thunders down the land. Emily really knows her stuff. Henry toots and Edward puffs.
Stanley, he's the new one now.
Toby, he is wise and square. They're 2, they're 4, they're 6, they're 8, shunting trucks and hauling freight. Yellow, green, red, orange, blue, they're the really useful crew. And all with different roles to play, around in the sheds or far away. And down the hills and round the bends, Thomas and his